this on occasion. He is the head of brokerage, so we're happy to have him. And we wanted to talk about, this is absolutely something imperative in the new year, but in any new year, this is even more imperative because we are going to head off 2024 with a bang. Prospecting for immediate business, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And this will be recorded for future. So you can, William, is this being recorded?
Yes, Catherine. So this is being recorded and it will be uploaded into our YouTube and community channel.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So what we're going to talk about is cutting edge lead generation strategies for 2024. That's the main focus of this. We'll also bring in, some tried and true traditional lead generation model and ideas for you. So we'll kind of cover a lot of things today. So the changing landscape of lead generation, traditional methods of lead generation, as you probably are aware of, flyers, mailers, open houses. A lot of these traditional methods have merit. They have merit, and it's really location based. It's whether this works in your community or not. So what we're seeing though is over the last 10 years is a real move away from these traditional methods and into a way to get more bang for your buck, more bang for your time, covering a lot of ground, worldwide ground or nationwide ground or whatever, for less time. And that's digital marketing. So the rise of digital marketing and its increasing dominance, it's really taken over all of our, all industries and real estate, as we'll get into. And so this is also, we're going to go about talking about the latest trends in technology, and that's going to be, we're going to give you ideas for paid methods and also some budget-friendly methods. So here's some stats on lead generation. I felt this was really interesting to me as someone who has lead generated for years and years as a realtor. And this is industry-wide. So this is just business stats, okay? So 50% of marketers consider lead generation a top priority in their marketing. Organizations generate over 1,800 leads per month on average. The mean cost per lead across all industries is $198. 97% of people ignore cold calls. That's no surprise, right? And
when you say organizations, Kathy, is that like real estate brokerages?
These are general terms across all industries.
Got it.
But what I felt was really key about this, it really made me think about all of those lead generation companies that realtors pay. Zillow, Realtor.com, all of these type of big companies that we actually get our leads from, this is what they do. They generate at least 1,877 leads per month on average. And then they're potentially paying for leads, right? And then they're pushing those leads off to us. 97% of people ignore cold calls. 76% of marketers use content to generate leads. So we're going to dive deeper into some of this stuff. So how does this relate to realtors? So lead generation is absolutely a huge part of our business planning. I feel like I don't need to say that. That's just, we all know that. 49% of realtors, this is interesting, spend less than $250 a month on lead generation efforts. And what I wanted to mention with this one as compared to the last slide, so how about we cut out some of that lead generation? Let's not pay for leads, right? Like, why don't we cut that out and still get the same result? That's the ultimate goal. So, but it's key to know that consumers are not answering their phones to unknown callers. So we have to figure out a way around that. Here's a good one. 63% of sellers found their agent through referrals or previous transactions. Referrals or previous transactions. This is something that a lot of realtors, the majority of realtors, don't tap into in an effective way. Gaining that referral business and focusing on their repeat clients. If you've had even 5 clients, it's worth doing some reach out to keep them top of mind so that they think of you as their realtor, so that you can get those repeat businesses, and then they can send you off to their friends and family. Social media content is right now the most effective method to reach new customers. This statement is proven by a number of statistics in the last 20 years. But also, I mean, it's just, that's the way to reach the masses. Okay, so we're going to dive into certain things here. So hyper targeting your online presence. We're going to dive into three things, and then I'll dive into those. Hyper targeting your online presence. So Google local service ads. These are getting top placement for searches. Like if somebody searched for a realtor near me, so then you would pop up, like you'd be one of 3 people to pop up. And you only pay when someone calls you. It's kind of like a pay-per-click sort of situation. So you can showcase your expertise, and it also builds trust because with consumers, because they can see if you're like screened, like if you're verified with Google or you're screened. So that's the kind of service that people are looking for. Google is the #1 browser search engine. So doing ads this way, if you're going to spend money on ads, it's a lot of bang for your buck. So social media micro-targeting, this is Facebook, Instagram. These are utilizing platforms like that to reach highly specific audiences based on the demographics and interests that you pick out. And you can even say, you know, people who have recent life events like first-time buyers or relocations. You can target people that way. You can get really, really focused down on exactly the demographic that you're wanting to reach. And those are relatively inexpensive. So content marketing is the next one with local SEO. So along with content as being a very important thing, SEO is a very important thing. Okay, sorry, I just had somebody. So with content marketing with local SEO, you can blog about community happenings, like what's going on around you. You can focus on your like your neighborhood and be a neighborhood guide. So it's like you can come up with this whole strategy that is free. I mean, it costs your time, right? But that's free to come up with these sort of things every day or every week or something. You're doing a video and you're putting in content about the neighborhood that you want to focus on. Also posting about market trends. Those are good ones to do. So that all pushes back to that local SEO. You can optimize your website and social media for local keywords to attract organic traffic from potential clients in your area. I will have time for Q&A at the end. So if you don't want to, you know, ask questions now, we'll have time later. Okay, so Google local service ads. So I'm going to dive into these things now. So boost your local visibility. That's #1. Pay per call model. So you're not paying for $1,000 up front. You're paying, you know, for the call. So it could be a very cost-effective way to work with your marketing budget. So with the boost your local visibility, get prominent placement in search results and attract potential clients that are actively seeking your services. So you heard me right. It's not cold calling. People are seeking you out based on their needs and when they're in the market to buy. So it's a little different. The pay per call model. So When someone contacts you, that's when you pay. The trust and credibility part, so stand out from, the rest of the pack, right? With Google's screened badge. And then you can also demonstrate your commitment to real estate in that way, because you can get ratings, and your ratings and all of that will show. So if you're a 5-star realtor, that's just going to help your case. Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I have a lot of experience with Facebook ads back in the day before it was switched, before they started to really limit realtors' ability to target because of fair housing laws. They switched that in the last, maybe 5 years. It really changed. So there's new ways to do it, but it's still a really good way to reach people, to reach the masses. So you can hyper target your ideal audience based on the demographics that you're choosing. And you can even drill down to online behavior, like if they've recently searched for houses or recently searched for, school districts or something like that, you can target those folks. So you just have to be careful not to violate any fair housing laws, and then you're good. Instagram ads, I would say Instagram, is really for a different generation too. You can choose the generations. So if you're looking for first-time home buyers, if you're looking for millennial buyers, for an example, I would say Instagram would be your place to go. And it's all content driven. So you need to make sure that you have your videos and you have your photos and your, that sort of thing. You would have to have that on there. But Instagram's really great for showcasing listings that you have. And you really need to do some eye-catching visuals. And that's the way to go. You can have a really engaged audience with Instagram ads, people who follow you. So they may not be in the market today to buy, but they'll think of you because you're always in their feed. So they'll think of you. So retargeting. So this is cool. This is something that I feel is really current, as far as the latest tech. Reconnect with website visitors or social media followers who've shown interest but haven't yet converted. So this is when, and I'm sure you've been retargeted on, Facebook and other things, but as soon as you search for something on your browser, all of a sudden you get all these ads in Facebook and you're like, wait a second, I was looking for that. That's retargeting. So it's a way to re-engage people. And with enough exposure, they're going to click. They're going to reach out. So again, it's not cold calling. You're finding warm leads. So here are some tools. If you wanted to look into these are some really great new tools that you have to pay for, but it helps you with content marketing and SEO. So SEMrush, this is, they do keyword research for you. And they can track competitor activity. So if you're serious about SEO, go to SEMrush and check out their product. You can optimize your website content for local search ranking. So these are tools that, like if you paid a marketing pro, this is what they would be going to. This is what they'd use. So you can utilize some of these tools if you're going through and revamping your marketing right now. BuzzSumo, that's another good one. So discover trending topics and create engaging content with BuzzSumo that resonates with your target audience. So I encourage you to look up that. And then of course there's Canva. So, with Radius, we offer Canva Pro as part of our offerings. It's something that is essential, in my opinion, for marketing. You can design eye-catching visuals with Canva that can be good for Instagram or whatever. They have all kinds of templates. So that would enhance your content and your brand. Okay, here's some video marketing tools for realtors. So first one's Animoto. I thought this was cool because you can create short, engaging video introductions this way. You can do property tours and market updates without needing any editing expertise. It's really easy to use. BombBomb, this one, you can send personalized video emails to people. So anyone who's a potential client or who reached out to you first, you can give them a personal video email. You can even do this with your soon to be repeat clients, reaching out to people on their birthdays or the anniversary of when they bought their house. Send them a BombBomb video. It's just a nice way to just deeper that connection, with your group. Loom, this is recording quick screencasts to explain complex topics, showcase listing features, or provide client updates in a more personal way. And then there's Cloud HQ. And I'm going to stop for a second and see if Dee wanted to mention anything here. Dee, did you want to chime in here? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, some of these video platforms and features that Kathy's talking about are excellent for that visual face-to-face kind of marketing. So, I think everybody's aware that we live in this kind of remote society, and that extends well into the real estate industry. I think COVID proved a lot for us on how we communicate and the things that we can do. So, lots of these platforms have come into play. But as Kathy's talking about some of these other platforms, one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of Cloud HQ, many of you are using Google as your primary email provider or your email platform. Many email platforms will parse or will send an email that has an attachment or video content or audio content to your spam folders or to your trash folders in an effort to keep you safe, right? We know that people hack and do all kinds of weird stuff these days. And so in an effort to do that, most email providers will limit or parse the content that's being placed in someone's inbox. The upside to Cloud HQ, particularly if you are a G Suite or a Gmail user, is that Cloud HQ integrates with all of your G Suite features. So Cloud HQ is a company that has lots of products for email content. You can get free templated emails to send out, like Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, things like that, that integrate right in your email. You can even do merge campaigns, things like that. But from a video marketing perspective, it will embed a video directly in your email. And you can even save that as a template, particularly if you're going to send that email to multiple people in your database, in your pipeline. And simply change either the subject line or the email address. And now you have an embedded video directly in your email that most email services, I mean, when I say most, I'm talking about all the major email services will allow to pass through their servers and such and come through with clarity. And, I think Kathy may have mentioned one of the biggest forms of engagement is that video marketing. People like to see who they're doing business with. And, again, because we live remotely, we're not always seeking just our neighborhood. That is one of the quickest and easiest ways to get people to know who you are. Because when we're prospecting, that's who they're actually buying. That's the service that you're selling is you. You're not selling real estate. You're not doing any of those things. You're actually just creating introductions. You're maintaining relationships, all that good stuff. So video marketing is one of the best ways to do that. And again, if you're wanting to be very budget friendly, Cloud HQ is a very budget friendly thing because we can't get any friendlier than free, right? So if you've got that, check it out. We like to give you tools that help keep dollars in your pocket. Kathy's very mindful of that. So That's one of those tools that you can absolutely use. And Loom is a relatively inexpensive tool as well. I think it's $10 a month, something like that. Really low lift, but has a lot of impact, a lot of power. And then, of course, you talked about BombBomb and Animoto. BombBomb, when it first came out, was relatively inexpensive. Now it's so widely used, it can, it bumps up in cost depending on its usage. But that's my 2 cents on Cloud HQ.
Thank you, Dee.
Okay,
Okay.
nada.
So yeah, so I would suggest looking into these and just seeing which one works best for you. So number 2, so now we're going on to building relationships and community. So this is also a budget-friendly thing because these are things that don't necessarily cost a lot of money. The virtual open house and tours, well, that I guess that could, but the other items aren't. So you can utilize video conferencing platforms to host live tours for new listings, but it could also be just on your phone, I suppose, reaching broader audiences beyond your geographic limitations. So this is something that you could really lean into for people who are moving into your area. And again, it's community specific. So for instance, I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We're one of the top relocation areas in the country. People come here from all over for jobs and whatever. So virtual open houses is really utilized here. Partner with local businesses. I love this idea. I've been doing this for years and years. It not only builds your network, your local network with business professionals, but also it helps you both reach new people. So you can cross promote services with complementary businesses such as mortgage lenders, interior designers, builders. I mean, you can just, you name it. Even a roofer, something like that. You could really partner, and that would expand your reach and offer valuable insights to clients. Focus on referrals and reviews. So this one is you're basically going the extra mile for every client and actively encouraging referrals. You're asking for the referral, It's not second nature to some people. You have to ask for it. Positive online reviews. That's a wonderful way to build trust and get organic leads. So, that's as simple as every time you had a transaction, immediately ask for a review on Google or whatever platform you're using. So it's fresh in their mind. They're, still on cloud 9 from the closing, and get the referrals in, and the reviews, and watch how that flourishes. It's not too late if you're new to this and you had like a couple transactions recently. It's not too late to go back and ask for reviews from people. Number 3, leveraging technology and innovation. So this is some interesting new stuff for me, having a chatbot or a virtual assistant. And you don't need to like reinvent the wheel here. You can jump in. There's different platforms for this, but you can implement tools that would respond to website or social media inquiries 24/7. This is great because you can't be in 5 places at once. So it captures leads even when you are offline, and you can qualify them before you even engage. This is the single most important thing for time saving and a way for you to maximize your time as a realtor and really show that you're, dive into you as a professional realtor. You don't need to be everywhere at once. Have a virtual assistant help you out with that. The real estate CRM platforms. This, of course, is really great for streamlining your lead capture, for lead management. You can track all your interactions with people. You can make notes like when their birthday is, what their dog's name is, personalized communication so that you can always, be on top of your game. When the client calls, you know exactly what you talked about last time. You don't have to remember everything offhand. Personalized video marketing, we talked about that in length. That's a great way to showcase your personality, expertise, and your local knowledge, and then share them out on your social media. So here's some more ideas for lead generation on a budget. Realist. So Realist Tax is a service that nearly all of the association and MLSs offer as part of that subscription. So it's not free, but it's included in what you're already paying for. And it's basically, it's amazing. It's your source for public records information. You can search properties. You can view the tax owner, the market value, historical sales history. You can create mailing labels and export mailing label data. So this is great for when you are targeting a specific neighborhood or area of the city and you want to know, you want to have just mailing labels, and you can just, that's geographic farming. That is the basic thing that still holds true now. But you just, what I want to suggest though is not to do one and expect all the results. You have to do it like every couple of months for at least a year to see the impact and see the results. But Realist Tax is your best way. And when you're doing this kind of research, and you can even do it based on, you can do map searches, which is cool. When you're doing this search, you are also learning. You're learning about your market and your neighborhood, and you're becoming that much more knowledgeable as the realtor, the neighborhood realtor, the one that is the expert. You want to be the neighborhood expert. So that's the way to do it. Here's some ideas. Do send some CMAs, unsolicited CMAs, to Airbnb owners. So that there's been a lot of talk about Airbnb over the last year, just how the market is shifting and changing and all this kind of stuff. And Airbnbs, they might be in the market to purchase more properties or sell. And so you never know. It's just an avenue that might be untapped. It's a really good idea for this year. Also, now that the market's normalizing, we can see FSBO, for sale by owners, and expired listings as now becoming important again. So a good way to stay on top of expireds, for an example, which is budget friendly, is just to every day make a note for yourself to go into your MLS and look at your hot sheet. And you can have a specific hot sheet for the neighborhood that you're targeting, or the area that you're targeting, or neighborhoods. You can have different hot sheets, so you can stay abreast of, exactly what's going on in that neighborhood. So that's a good way to do that for free. Expired listings, there's also services for that that can offer you all those expired, like they can give you a database every day or once a week or something. I mean, it costs money, but you can do it the free way too. For sale by owner, you can look for that online or drive around your neighborhood, drive around your town. You're going to see for sale by owner signs. Jot down the number, the name, and just start, they may not answer your phone call because a lot of people don't answer. As we talked about earlier, they don't answer unknown calls, but you can send them a letter. You can send them a very compelling letter. And you can actually create that letter with ChatGPT. You can put in a prompt to write up a letter for sale by owners in this neighborhood with this price point, et cetera, et cetera. You can write custom letters that way in 2 seconds. Like, it's not going to be a huge time commitment. You can budget out the cost of stamps and just go for it. So buy lunch, not leads. I heard this recently, and this goes back to one of my favorite quotes about how we're really friend generating, not lead generation. It's friend gen, not lead gen. So buy lunch, not leads. If you don't want to spend $20 on a lead, spend $20 on lunch. Take somebody out, a potential client, or even an old friend, or even a network, a potential business, partner. Take them out to lunch. Over time, that's going to be fruitful for your referrals. And then I like this idea. Target agents that are getting out of the business to send you the referrals. So you can, if you are talking with other realtors, and a vast majority of realtors are actually getting out of the business right now because it's just part of the ebb and flow of real estate. When the market's down, a lot of agents leave who aren't fully committed or just aren't comfortable with the changing tide. So if you know of these agents, reach out to them and say, hey, you can put your license with a referral agency, and you can get the referral money that way. Send me all your people, I'll give you the referral percentage, and just be the referral, the top referral for them. So as a summary here, so let's remember, content is still king. Content is king. We talked a lot about social media content, doing those, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, coming up with fresh visuals, really compelling content that can be placed on your social media. It can be disseminated all around. You can use ChatGPT for writing letters to these, neighborhood people. Stay current on market trends. All this kind of stuff just builds into your content. Be consistent and track your results. So you may not see an immediate impact in day one, but you will in 30 days. If you take care of do some of these tips and tricks, you will see some results in 30 days. And overall, you will see results this year. It's going to be a good year if you take even a couple of these ideas. Offer genuine value. So this goes back to being the neighborhood expert, being knowledge-based, giving knowledge, using realist tax to pull that data, pull those numbers, and really understand who you're targeting and how you can provide the best value. And that could even be just with your referral partners, your local mortgage lender. That sort of thing can also provide genuine value. Position yourself as the expert realtor. You're invaluable to this process. And then choose the right tools for your needs and your budget. Focus on building relationships, and you can't go wrong. So now, questions or comments? Since a lot of people will be watching this as a recorded video, you can always send an email to me if you have any questions or comments or want further information on anything that we shared today. Dee, do you have anything you'd like to contribute before we
Sure.
close?
Sure. By the way, Kathy, excellent presentation, great information, lots to take away, guys. Excellent content. The only thing I would share is, Kathy talked a lot about how, it's very critical for you to stay top of mind with all of your customer base. And a great way of staying top of mind with your customer base, and that includes friends and family. I know we look at all the time the people that we know or the people that we're trying to get in business with, but sometimes we fail to look at the people who those people know, right? You may have met somebody who was interested in buying a house or selling a house at some point in the past, and so we continue to target them because they're our most recent experience of a potential client sale. But and then we'll ask, do you have friends or family that could, that may be interested in buying or selling? That's a relatively generic statement. I would do this. So if you're wanting to build an army that is actually heralding, everything that you say there, your evangelists, is think about rewarding them immediately for every referral they give you. So if you have someone who you're working with as a buyer client and you make a statement or a question of, do you happen to know someone? All I need to do is get the name and number from you, and I'm happy to call them because you're not making them do the work. is reward them with something small, like a $5 Starbucks card, or $10 Target card, or $10 Starbucks, or whatever it is. It's that immediate gratification that now allows your customer base to recognize that, hey, I just did this small thing for you and you gave me something back. It's a quid pro quo type of relationship, but psychologically, they almost immediately recognize value in actually assisting you. And so if you do that each and every time, and it's a relatively low budget impact. When I was a full-time practicing agent, I did this quite a bit. And guys, you'd be surprised at how that little token economy behavior changes how people refer additional business to you. But, other than that, make sure you're getting a plan of action together for this quarter so that you can actually track your results of your hiccups of your prospecting experience. Again, Kathy, excellent presentation, lots of great content. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we will close, and reach out to me or Dee if you have any questions or comments, and we look forward to a really fruitful year. Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, Kathy.
Bye.